What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch video, and today we are doing a Lume battle. I have 6 watches on the table. These 6 watches will go head to head. This will be the part 1. The winner from this round will go to the second round, where it will go against 6 more watches and a winner will be chosen. So what do I have on the table today? Today I have 2 Zeloses. We have the Swordfish 40, which gets a lumed bezel and of course lumed indices and hands. This gets an NH35 automatic movement, 40 millimeter case, 200 meter dive watch. Then we have the Feynmen Cove. This is sort of a super compact-esque looking watch. It's a very different looking watch. It has some really cool lume on it, which we will check out. I haven't done an unboxing or a review of this yet. I've just gotten it on the channel, so a very cool watch I think will be very interesting. Christopher Ward, I just recently did a review on this watch, or an unboxing, excuse me, and this gets tons of lume, lots of lume on the ceramic bezel, and of course the indices and hands. The second Zelos on the table, or Zelos, however you want to say it. This is the Mako version 3. Again, a lumed bezel insert, which is ceramic, automatic movement. This is the 9015 Miyota movement. Hands and indices very heavily applied with lume. Forgot to mention the SW200 is what powers the Christopher Ward automatic Salida movement in there. NH35 powers the Moss or Matt & Sons watch. This gets a ceramic bezel as well. It is also lumed, and the lume on here is like a cool purple color. Dial, the indices and hands are obviously lumed as well. 200 meter dive watch. All of these are 200 meter dive watches except for, I believe, the Christopher Ward, which is a 600 meter dive watch. Anyway, like I said, these all have some element of lume on them, varying degrees, but what we're going to do is I'm going to charge the watches with my UV light, and then we will take a look at the watch that we think is the brightest. Before I do charge the watches, let me just give you a quick wristwatch check. I am wearing the Bulova Chronograph A, the surfboard chronograph. The reason why this is actually not in the actual lume contest is because I know it won't fend very well against some of these watches because they have lume bezels and they have tons of lume on them. This is more about, just how cool the watch looks, I think. It's less of a dive watch. It is a dive watch. It's a diving chronograph, but it doesn't have a ton of lume when compared to true straight dive watches. Anyway, like I said, shutting off the lights, charging the watches, and then we will check the lume and see which one wins this round. Okay, so there you have it. You can see, like I said, the Luminox, not an incredibly bright lumed watch. It just has those tritium tubes, and those tritium tubes aren't very, very bright. It's more about longevity. The lume on here will last for 25 years or something like that. And the only thing that actually has luminova on it is that Bear Grylls logo at 10 o'clock. Just a little glimmer on the dial, not really that much. And then immediately we could separate some of these watches, and you could see the next watch that I think is not that bright compared to the other ones is obviously the Cove by Feynmen. This is got some really cool lume on it. The lume in the middle, it looks like a wave pattern. The hands are nicely lumed, and of course the minute track all the way around is also lumed. Very nice watch. Actually, in this watch is actually powered by a 2892, so a very nice movement in here. Kind of on the expensive side for this watch, but I have to say it's a very nicely made watch, and it is a very interesting watch, something very different from most micro brands, but we'll be doing a full unboxing review of that pretty soon. So now, what is left? Obviously, we have 4 watches left. All 4 of these watches have lumed ceramic bezels, and they all get lume on the indices and hands. But there is one that's a little bit dimmer than the rest, and I would say that is the Matt & Sons. It gets a very cool purplish blue lume, which looks really great. However, it just doesn't shine as bright as the other 3 watches here, so I'm going to throw that to the side. Now, what we have is the Mako version 3 right there. we have the Swordfish 40, and then the Christopher Ward. And from my eyes, it looks like the indices on the Mako are probably the brightest on the table. However, the bezel is not as bright as the Christopher Ward and the Swordfish 40. The hands are probably equally as bright across the three. Maybe the Christopher Ward has a little bit of an advantage with brightness on the hands. However, I would say that overall, the brightness on the Christopher Ward and the Swordfish 40 is a little bit better than maybe the Mako 3, or maybe it's the other way around. I cannot tell. They are so close, all three of these. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take out the Swordfish 40 because maybe that is not the brightest compared to the Swordfish, compared to the Mako and the Christopher Ward. So let's leave it to just the Mako and the Christopher Ward. Let's put those side by side. And I think that we can see that this is either a tie because the bezel is brighter on the Christopher Ward while the lume on the indices are brighter on the Mako version 3. I'm going to say this is a tie, and then maybe bring both of these watches to the second round of lume to see which one actually wins. But I don't think I need to, because in the second round I have another Mako 3, and that is the bronze version. But I will bring both of these watches to double check. However, they're very, very close in lume, and I think that the Mako might have a slight advantage, but I can't really tell because, like I said, the big indices on that bezel make it very much very pronounced lume on there. Anyway, tell me what you guys think so far. I'm going to be doing a part 2, as I mentioned, but these are some very, very bright lumed watches. I have a bunch of really bright lumed watches, and I think I have a watch in the next batch that will beat anything that was on this table, I believe. However, we don't know until we get them together. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel. Please add a comment below. Tell me what you think of these watches and the lume that I have shown you guys tonight. Please also don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. Also, I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.